Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today's video focuses on the use of the music of Oasis in film soundtracks. For our purposes today, I'm actually going to do a top 5 type of playlist decided by several criteria. And it's amusing that the top 5 are going to be what appears to be the first 5 films that the group's music was featured in. The top 5 list will be presented in chronological order of the films released. This list was compiled by going through IMDb and a brief viewing of the 5 films chosen. And as an FYI, films classified as TV movies or documentaries were not considered for this project, and there are some spoilers about plot and characters in the films, so if you are sensitive about spoilers, you have been warned. The first film on our list is Boston Kickout, released in 1995, directed by Paul Hills. And the song used in the film is Do You Wanna Be a Spaceman, which is the main B-side from the Oasis song Shaker Maker, which was released in June 1994. Shaker Maker was the second single to be released from their debut album Definitely Maybe, and Spaceman is an acoustic guitar song sung by Noel. Boston Kickout appears to be a black comedy/crime drama about Brits trying to lead a better life in early 90s Britain. The plot summary is the protagonist and his father move from an inner city slum to a new town in the hopes of a better life, but instead they find a place of unemployment, violence, alcoholism, and drug abuse. This film apparently also includes music from Joy Division and the Stone Roses, so that is pretty good company. In the film, Spaceman is heard as the end credits roll. The second film on our list is A Life Less Ordinary, released in October 1997, directed by Danny Boyle. The song used in the film is Round Our Way, one of the B-sides from the Wonderwall single, released in October 1995. Wonderwall was the 4th single to be released off album number 2, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Round Our Way is a lively song that utilizes a brass section and features Liam on lead vocals. Since delving more intimately into the Oasis discography in recent months, Round Our Way is a song that I have found a much deeper appreciation for from what I had felt prior. Director Danny Boyle has given us Trainspotting 1 and 2, DiCaprio's post-Titanic film The Beach, the 28 Days Later franchise, Slumdog Millionaire, and a slew of others. The Beach was not very popular, but apparently had a great soundtrack, which included songs by All Saints, Underworld, Blur, Uncle featuring Richard Ashcroft, and a rare song by New Order called Brutal. The film featured a score by Angelo Badalamenti, who was a frequent collaborator of director David Lynch. A Life Less Ordinary has a plot that is too complicated to quickly summarize, but let's just say it wasn't very successful, and I'm pretty sure it lost money. The film stars Ewan McGregor and Cameron Diaz as star-crossed lovers who go on the run. Just like The Beach, this movie had lots of recognizable groups whose music was used in the film besides Oasis, including Beck, Sneaker Pimps, REM, Underworld, A3, aka Alabama 3, most famous for The Sopranos opening theme Woke Up This Morning, and The Prodigy. Round Our Way is heard during the animated end credits of the film, which show that the protagonists have settled in a castle in Scotland with a suitcase full of money. The third film on our list is The Acid House, released in the United Kingdom in January 1999 from Scottish director Paul McGuigan. Apologies if I butchered that pronunciation. This was his first film. The song used in the film is Going Nowhere, one of the B-sides from the Stand By Me single released in September 1997, and it was the second single released from their third studio album, Be Here Now. Going Nowhere is a wonderful acoustic song, again sung by Noel, and again includes the utilization of a brass section, just like Round Our Way. Paul has directed several films, including Wicker Park, Lucky Number 7, both starring Josh Hartnett, and Push in 2009, starring Chris Evans and Dakota Fanning. The film is based on a collection of short stories by Scottish author Irvine Welsh, whose 1993 debut novel Trainspotting was also turned into a film, also called Trainspotting, released in 1996. Welsh also wrote the screenplay for the Acid House film. The film dramatizes 3 of the 22 stories from the book The Granton Star Cause, A Soft Touch, and The Acid House. Again, this movie had lots of recognizable groups whose music was used in the film besides Oasis, including Primal Scream, The Chemical Brothers, The Verve, and T-Rex. Going Nowhere is heard during part 2 of 3 in the film, based on the short story A Soft Touch, and the song is heard in a scene set in a grocery store. The fourth film is the American science fiction / horror film The Faculty, released on Christmas Day in 1998. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it was his 5th film. The song used in the film is Stay Young, one of the B-sides from the Do You Know What I Mean single, released in July 1997. This was the first single to be released off album number 3, Be Here Now. Stay Young is another lively song, again with Liam on lead vocals, since delving more intimately into the Oasis discography in recent months. Stay Young is another song that I have found a much deeper appreciation for from what I had felt prior, and in my video Be Here Now Reimagined, Stay Young is addressed. The Faculty is actually a pretty decent film. An alien invasion infiltrates a small town by starting at the local high school and starts infecting the faculty and then moving on to everyone. A great ensemble cast of some great names of the late 1990s, including Jordana Brewster in her film debut, Josh Hartnett, Famke Janssen, Robert Patrick, Usher, Elijah Wood, and others. This movie also has lots of recognizable acts whose music was used in the film besides Oasis, including The Offspring, Soul Asylum with a cover of School's Out, originally by Alice Cooper, Garbage, who co-headlined a summer 2023 concert with Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, Sheryl Crow, and a one-time recording studio-only supergroup by the name of Class of 99. They recorded covers of Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall, Parts 1 and 2. Stay Young is heard early on in the end credits as things have returned relatively back to normal at the school and the town, the alien invasion being thwarted by Elijah Wood after he kills the alien queen. The 5th and final film is Snatched, released in late 2000. It was written and directed by Guy Ritchie, his 2nd film, his first being Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, released 2 years earlier in 1998. The song used in the film has an inappropriate word in its title, so we will call it Bushes. And it is the opening track from their 4th album, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, in 2000. This song features no vocals from Liam or Noel, but does feature samples of dialogue from the documentary film Message to Love, which is about the 1970 Isle of Wight festival. Bushes is a hard-hitting, bluesy kind of guitar jam that goes on for nearly 3.5 minutes, and it has been used as the walk-on music for Oasis's live shows since the Standing on the Shoulder of Giants tour. Snatch is a British crime comedy film featuring an ensemble cast set in the London criminal underworld. The plot of Snatch is also too difficult to quickly summarize. However, Brad Pitt plays the role of a bare-knuckle boxer by the name of Mickey O'Neill. Bushes is heard as Brad Pitt's entourage enters the building where a fixed fight is to be held, where Pitt's character is to lose the fight. Snippets of the song are heard throughout as Pitt appears to be getting his ass savagely kicked by his opponent. However, he recovers and then knocks out the opponent. Pitt's character secretly profits from bets that were placed on himself. So, there are my top 5 film soundtrack appearances by Oasis as of late 2025. And one should note that none of these songs were actually performed live as part of the Live 25 set list, with the exception of Bush's. However, this is pre-taped walk-on music. For this next segment, I will do a rapid-fire list of other movies that the music of Oasis has been featured, and the list will be presented in chronological order. This information has been compiled from imdb.com. I have not seen most of these movies, and the ones that I have not seen recently. Therefore, I cannot confirm everything is 100% accurate, but you are welcome to double check. So here we go. Camp 2003, Round Our Way. Anatomy 2, 2003, Little by Little. The Butterfly Effect 2004, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. Goal 2005, featuring 4 songs by Oasis, Acquiesce, Who Put the Weight of the World on My Shoulders, and different versions of Morning Glory and Cast No Shadow. Red Road 2006, Morning Glory. Sugar and Spice 2006, also featuring 4 songs by Oasis, Lila, Let There Be Love, Rock and Roll Star, and Mucky Fingers. Maid of Honor 2008, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. Beck 2010, Don't Look Back in Anger. Mommy 2014, Wonderwall. Kill Your Friends 2015, Cigarettes and Alcohol. The Brothers Grimsby 2016, Cigarettes and Alcohol. To All the Boys 2021, Don't Look Back in Anger. Fear Street Part 3, 1666, 2021, Live Forever. And Fountain of Youth 2025, Live Forever. And more rapid fire from the rapid fire movie list. Songs from these films that did appear in the Live 25 set list are Little by Little, Acquiesce, Cast No Shadow, Morning Glory, Rock and Roll Star, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, Cigarettes and Alcohol, and Live Forever. For a breakdown of the Live 25 set list, check out this other video that I made. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more Oasis videos. Thanks again.